Hello everyone and welcome back. We're back with more of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time I started the tutorial trial, but I ended up having to stop right before our next witness came in, so today we will be meeting our next witness. Yeah, I had to stop right in the middle of a cutscene. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So, I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy! You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Oh, Phoenix, you poor boy. You poor, sweet, innocent boy. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Say what? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, oh, okay, there we go. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. The day you met? Okay. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this. I want you to carry this." So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. That's a bottle? It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present borrowed from Phoenix Wright. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just had to do something real quick. The day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, 8 months ago. It wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, I was. But how did you... Excuse me. This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why your son took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Newspaper clipping added to the court record. An article from August 28th, almost 8 months ago. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Oh, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. I want to check that thing out. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who is sitting with the victim. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Well, looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Oh, okay, and now it lets me save here. Oh well, go figure. April 11th, 12:13 p.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed a crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Wow. What's with the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Oh, Lord. I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, we can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel. Oh, Lord. I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Oh my gosh.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes, yes, I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
What I witnessed. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed.
Wait, what?
That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth.
But I would never.
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Wow. Okay.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh ho ho, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches his age, sleep is his best friend.
When a man reaches this age, sorry.
That's supposed to be poetry?
Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation? So who is this Dougie person?
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were Dougie...
Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean?
Oh, here we go. She's bringing on the crocodile tears.
I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Fey.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeding never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me.
So what should I do about her testimony just now?
Yeah, I think I should show a contradiction. Let's see if I remember this right. Wait a minute. Okay, let me think here. Well, I thought there was a... I think I'll leave it alone, because there was still one more thing to... I suppose her statement works in our favor. For now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary. Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony.
That's when Feeny noticed that I was there.
And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you?
I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me.
You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me.
I went to go find some other students and they called the authorities.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on? Press for more details. But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something.
It doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So, did the students call the police?
Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me read through these again. Something. The defendant never touched the victim, but that's not what he said.
feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we?
Well, what? I would never.
All those butterflies, though. I know, right? It's... I mean, she's already...
Miss Fay!
Anyway, welcome to Stream Soup. How you doing tonight?
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in, a fishing expedition.
What? Another Disney character, it seems, yeah. Yeah. Seems like.
There is, she has no supporting...
Mia's not putting up with your shit, buddy.
But please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket.
Oh, okay, so I just had to say there was a contradiction. I was wondering how I was going to prove this.
Anyway, the defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Hold
it! You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene? The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow?
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
Bullshit.
Objection!
You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them,
why didn't you hear this noise as well? I feel like you don't care much for Dahlia. I know I don't really have a reason to, but just the way she's getting all the guys to eat out of the palm of her hand. I know she hasn't really given me a reason to not care for her yet, but... Remind you of April May? Yeah, in a way she does. Except that she definitely puts on the air of the innocent young girl better than April does. I'll grant that. Like, with April, you can see right through her. Just not as bountiful. Yeah, exactly.
If you really were that close to them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
It was him falling on an umbrella. How was... and breaking it? How was up? Forget it.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
May I have a moment to answer?
But by all means. Yeah, can we also point out the fact that she's carrying a parasol indoors?
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise.
You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both your ears were covered?
Boy, I hope nothing happens to that award-winning pompadour on pain. We'll have to see.
The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet.
Just a moment. Okay, I'm back, and welcome to the stream, Reen. How you doing tonight? Phoenix and Dahlia are great together. When is the wedding? That's a good question.
But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet.
And how you doing tonight, Reen? I may have already asked that, I don't remember.
So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, I guess that kinda makes sense. But you kinda have to wonder why she would even be outdoors then. In such weather. I don't know, she seems like a mantis woman. Yeah. Even her name kind of implies that's what she would be.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Excuse me? Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. Oh. I'm gonna save just in case, but I think I know what she's getting at. No. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fate! Gosh, dang it. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, ah! I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. Miss Wizard over here giving a lesson. Man, it's been years since I watched that show. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that non-guilty nappy now. Not taken! Yeah, of course.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Oh, you'll get over it. Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
I also have a low opinion of him. I think everybody does.
What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Except for his pompadour, yeah. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? Yeah, I know, I thought of that too, but what can I do?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day.
The poor pompadour?
Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 o'clock p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely! They lost power because of the severed electrical cord. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 o'clock p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Still not sure how they're saying this leads to a murder charge, though. Oh well.
Exactly! In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable.
To me, that still could have been an accident. Or even if we go off of Phoenix's testimony that he pushed him into it, it still could have been on accident. Attention, duelist! My hair is gently encouraging you to listen to me. Yeah, don't have a choice.
According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
Well, now they got a reason to. I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Okay. I'm seeing what I might be seeing his point, but still. Student's testimony adds to the court record. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on April 9th at 2:55 p.m. It's like he put all his self-esteem and hair on his head in one spot.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Oh, lordy.
Owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. Victim fell into his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. So it's not that. Old power cable broke due to some sort of impact at 2:55. Cause of death was a fatal.
Work calls. I will be back during lunch unless you're super stuck. You'll likely be on the next chapter by the time. Yeah, hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, see you later. And take care. There's a loud sound when I'm not gonna get a chance to save. Or what was it that caused the cable to break? Who or what? What was it that caused the cable to break? Well, let's give this a shot, I guess. This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honor.
Okay, that wasn't it. I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
Ouch, that was harsh.
Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Okay. Well, let's go back to my original thought then. Okay, nope, that's not it either. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Remember the testimony. Yeah, I can't look back on the testimony right now. Let me think. And it depends on which testimony you mean too. The old cable. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4/9 at 2:55 p.m. Well... Nope, that's not it either. Well, at least I'm not getting any penalties for this. Found clutch in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. But he had it at the time of death. That says a little after 3. But this happened at 2:55? I think I already tried the umbrella, so... I don't know how this would have caused that much of an impact, but... Nope, that's not it either. You suddenly fell. But no. I think I already tried the umbrella, didn't I? Okay, here we go.
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole,
Then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here.
in other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order! Order in the court!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something?
Oh, here we go again.
The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
Whoa. Well, what the?
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. What I witnessed part 2. The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice.
What?
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Ducky tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Ducky being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
The truth is, Feeny... Do you have any evidence of that? Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Oh, Lord. Of course he won't! What you did is called perjury! Oh, come now! It was just a little old white lie. Well, forget it this time, but please, be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not all. Ho, ho, ho.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. The first time was in...
Okay, I got a trophy called Beware, Your Honor. Prestoli has claimed that Feeny pushed him twice, okay?
You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Is she sure we're talking about the same person? Yeah, see, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Then Ducky tried his best to run away from him. So let me get this straight. You are happily listening to music on your headphones while you watch this scene unfold?
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? The cable snapping and Ducky being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted all occurred in less than a minute. That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine! That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the toad's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah!
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Real murderer.
Order! Order in the court! What is this all about?
This is nonsense! The real murderer!
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
And who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
Well, there is only one person it could be, I would think. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne!
How can you? The defense is grasping at straws!
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the man dearest to you.
Order! Order! Miss Faye! What? I mean, why?
That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
Ah! How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye! This is a very serious charge you are... Oh, hello. Your Honor! Please, I have something I want to say. Achoo! You! What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record.
What the?
Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Oh gosh, Phoenix.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat! Bailiff, grab that man! Ah! Achoo! Achoo! Leave my dolly alone! Achoo!
Oh, poor Phoenix. That boy.
That boy, he's got himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Oh yeah, forgot he was looking into that.
Police report. A report on the incident 8 months ago. Added to the court record.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Okay. Incident overview. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27th at 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Well, that's going to come up somewhere. Anyway, let's continue. You better take a good look at it. Already did. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Oh. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Phoebe. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
Oh, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth a motive could be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
For further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection! The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct?
Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then, the court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people...
Oh, that's Phoenix. We were so lovey-wovey, we would literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Phoenix, you're not helping. Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Okay. How I met my Feeny. Okay.
So, until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken a call me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
This Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Eni. Okay, that's news. That's new. Didn't know that before. Wait, reading room?
The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he has been planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case,
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this.
You were writing a paper on what?
On the relationship between modern scenario poetry and the criminal underworld.
Ho ho ho, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. Alright, let me read again.
Diego Armando. No poison. Person in. Oh. So, what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat.
Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome.
Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
He's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking.
Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung.
Alright.
That's the point that best describes how I feel about my Feeny.
Okay. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow?
No, not at all. We parted on very good terms.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. But that can't be.
Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup.
Huh. Are you sure?
Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way.
So the victim wanted to break up with her?
Yeah, let's press further.
So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you?
Well, you see... What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this! By the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife!
Good for you. We're not here to talk about your personal life, though.
No one cares, Mr. Payne.
She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
At first,
massacre. However, please a question the night was sitting from. Okay. Now let me read this again. Incident overview. District courthouse. Date and time. Armando disappoints while regarding another case. Traces a poisoner. No poison was found. Just. Not that. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne. Segregate estimate. Wait, really? I do, but fine. Oh, maybe this is what I need to... maybe this is where the contradiction is. Okay, let's try this. There we go. So I just used on the wrong statement. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for much more important reason?
Well, what does it mean to that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Horror! 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 This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you really did find my heart and my buttocks. Okay. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Moving on. Okay, get another witness testimony.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal in just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
I don't know about that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today.
And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Yeah! What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha, Mia, you're going with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. Okay, fine. Maybe I need to press some statements first. So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now, just how did a lit student get hold of a poison of all things? What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was?
That's absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you. Oh, Phoenix. You heard the man? Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
God, those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop. Moving on. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman say. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison?
I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye.
He's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So, in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right?
Oh, I think I get it.
Let me see here. So now to see what left by
Yeah, I have to disagree.
You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
But boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment,
the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison.
Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking.
The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You!
No!
Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a basic attack!
May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof?
She got me good with that.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you?
And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case.
Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Nope. Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So, what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present.
all for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
Order! Order in the court!
Objection!
Hi. On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Oh, Phoenix.
Mr. Wright, control yourself!
I won't let you bully her like this! Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat!
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her! Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway?
Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too.
Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes.
At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... to keep you quiet.
Naturally, it's to keep you quiet.
What? To keep me quiet? Keep me quiet about what?
Well,
It seems that the rest of us don't quite understand you, Miss Faye. Nor do we understand what this vile secret that Miss Hawthorne holds is. That's because there is no secret, I tell you. How dense can you be? Miss Faye, please think it over and try again.
yes, Your Honor. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is...
Okay.
Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace?
Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me.
Please give it back now.
Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime.
That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying!
But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you.
No! That's a lie! Eek! Oh, Phoenix, you poor boy. Mia, are you alright? Oh, the defendant! He's getting away! Bailiff, hurry after him! Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness.
Oh no! What is it?
It's the bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone!
What? That's terrible!
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me!
This boy, that's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes am I supposed to do now?
Oh boy, this is something.
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough!
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace.
What?
Oh!
You Phoenix, you... Ugh! Are you kidding me? This could be very bad, and for more than one reason. I'll be right back, so just give me a moment.
Okay, I'm back. And welcome to the stream, Serena. Yes, I do have a mic, but I was not here at the moment. So, I'm back now, so... Anyway... You ate... I ate it. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. Oh boy. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Okay. What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem. No! There must be some mistake! The bottle must not have had any poison left in it! Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
Dear, it's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust a witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything. Ugh! Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright! I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry.
I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you, for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous!
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, this is... the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them! Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent!
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Faye. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
I get it. She didn't mean to kill him, Doug. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright! Probably wanted to kill Boobsy McBoobs a lot. And hey, Ashi, welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? But yeah, can't have 2 femme fatales in this series, can we? Although I think we have 3 now. I don't know if you would call April May a femme fatale, actually. Well, she didn't kill anyone, that's true. So, yeah. But yeah, the 2 I was thinking of was obviously Dahlia, and then, the woman from Jack Hammer's murder. I forget her name offhand. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? D. Vasquez, that was self-defense. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, still... Well, okay, just one femme fatale then, which would be Dahlia.
all! It was Doug Swallow that was murdered!
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Really, Judge? Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago.
I know, right?
That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true!
Feeny, what a joke you are.
Oh, now she's showing her true colors.
Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything?
You mean she was lying about that? Next you tell me that wasn't actually a Nigerian prince. Well, okay. I think I'm missing a reference there, but yeah.
I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Nigerian email scams? Oh, guess I'd never heard of that. Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Ugh. Well,
Hey, old man, are you senile or something?
I think a lot of that us have been asking that since day one.
Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you? Well, he is senile, yep.
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished!
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Ooh. She gonna put you away for life for that.
Hold it!
I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia! If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No! This is the point at which you should be using some colorful metaphors. Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, she may push me to it yet.
You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Gray?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would... Yeah, that works. Can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder.
Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Yep, just one.
If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Dahlia, is that all you need?
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne is planning to poison Mr. Wright. Okay. So this is where... goes back to what I thought of. I mean, I didn't outright say I thought of it, but... The attorney's badge! Nah, I could show that for last, but I think now it's not a good time for that. So, let's see if I'm right about this. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X, Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
I am Beauty Thief. We will take the Cold Killer X. I actually did give Dahlia a similar voice to Haru through most of this trial. So there you go. If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
Well, what?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony.
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X.
Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
Yeah, and... I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live.
She used to sever the electrical cable to silence him forever. Kills colds and archmagers. Yep. Well, welcome back, Soup. How you doing? Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case, Doug Swallow.
Oh, come on now, everyone.
Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Oh, gosh.
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne,
This cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright, take that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us! I dare you to take some of this medicine right now! I don't have a cold, unlike you.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
Oh, hello.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
I dare you. Mia, are you sure you're a lawyer, not a grade school student? Well, this is technically her second trial, so she's still a little immature, maybe? At this point?
that's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being? I've never been a real trial, and I wouldn't say, witness, I dare you to take this, fair enough. I don't know, then.
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, I get a feeling that's something. That's a prophecy that never came true.
Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why, yes.
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Phoenix Wright, no experience as a lady killer, substantial experience with killer ladies. Very true. Phew. It's finally all over. Now what?
I refuse to accept this! The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care! I'm Winston Payne! And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said!
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. I am Beauty Thief. We will take the prosecutor's hair.
I'm getting the indication that someone's gonna take his hair.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
Dear, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life.
Oh. Yeah, that came back to bite you in the ass, didn't it?
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Mia, did you just propose to assassinate Winston Payne? If you wanted that, you could have just hired Luna to kill her.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
Okay, I'm not gonna say all this.
No!
Well, there it went. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Yeah, sure you did.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne? His head is now shinier than Max's apple bust. So we're bringing that back. Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening! It's a nightmare! It's like losing to my daughter!
In other words, Your Honor, shove it. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Can't stop, won't stop. Fair enough. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly! Achoo! Very well then. Yeah, I think Phoenix needs to go buy another bottle of Cold Killer. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright not guilty. Yeah, Cold Killer Z, sure, why not? This court is adjourned. April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Dang, that was a long tutorial. Or was the tutorial just the part before Dahlia's hit? Before Dahlia came on the witness stand, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Maya, you were wonderful now.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. I should mention that before she even became a part of the case, Dahlia was in the court record. Yeah, I noticed that. I kind of looked through everything. But yeah, she was in there before she became a witness. Or before she came on the witness stand, rather.
Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations!
Thanks. I was thinking...
Go on.
The Dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her.
Oh, Phoenix. Still done.
You poor innocent boy.
What?
Yeah, the Dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Makes you wonder if Grossberg has ever won a case. That's actually a good question. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But! Out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Wow. I'd say you sweet Summer Rose, but Summer Rose is actually good. Okay. Well, I don't know if I want to meet your friends then. Eek, what kind of company does this guy keep? And if Grossberg hasn't won a case, then how could he afford that painting from 1-2? That's a good point. Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. In Japan, defense attorneys rarely win cases, so lawyers like Phoenix and Mia are actually rare. That's true. Well, I think Soup was telling me that also. And yeah, well, I kind of knew it. It was something I hadn't really thought about. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Well, I'm still new at this. Yep. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. In any event, Grossberg must have been involved in some quasi-legal activities, otherwise there would be nothing to blackmail him on by Red. That's true. Wait, not that exactly, but he probably knew about Misty Faye. Yeah. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. Yep, I remember that. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Now, I don't think you were here when I started playing this last night, Ashi, so I'm going to repeat it again. This is absolutely my first time playing Trials and Tribulations. I know nothing about the story. I know nothing about any of the cases. I know of one new character, but I know nothing about that character. So, this I am going through completely blind, and I am going to do my absolute best to solve all these trials by myself. I will ask for help if I feel I absolutely need it, but I'm hoping that won't happen. And if Edgeworth had on good authority that any objections he raised would be sustained, that suggests that Red had material on the judge. That is highly possible. Welcome back, Serena. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed you earlier. Like I said, I was away at the time. That doesn't suggest anything shady, just embarrassing. Right. Is this the great Ace Attorney waiting room? I guess so. I mean, the judge has done so many fairly illegal things in court, I imagine many of his cases are sealed. That is also possible. We may never, I guess we'll never find that out, but anyway, buddy, what illegal thing did the judge do? I think Soup is just speculating. But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. But how you doing tonight, Serena? Again, welcome to the stream.
5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. He's allowed illegal proceedings from both the defense and the prosecution. Well, that's true. I thought his greatest weapon was his pointer finger and bluffing. But please be more specific. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, the end. Okay, and there's the... Okay, I got a trophy, Turnabout Memories, for clearing Episode 1 of Trials and Tribulations. Also, do not tell me, in case it... Do not tell me the answer to this. I want to find out for myself, but I'm wondering if that's really the last we're going to see of Dahlia. And this guy right here is the one new character I'm aware of. But again, I know absolutely nothing about him, and I don't I don't know anything about his backstory, what his role in the story is, or anything like that. So now I'll be finding out. A brand new episode has been added. I think the only time he's actually held somebody in contempt when he's legally compelled to is Maya in the first game. Yeah, I think you're right. Save your progress up to this point. Okay. Before I begin the next chapter or next episode, I'm going to go and take a short break. So if there's anything you want to do, now would be a good time, and I'll be back shortly.
Okay, I'm back. And before I continue, are you hearing me? Okay? Because I'm kind of wondering why Serena hadn't answered anything I said. So I want to make sure my mic's working okay. Alright, that's good. I was worried I might have to plug it in again. Let me catch up on chat again. Catch up on chat before I continue. Let's see. Let's see. Not to mention the countless acts of perjury is let slide. A judge once told me that when new judges are preparing to take the bench, part of their training involves getting attorneys to do proceedings where they're told to act up to teach them how to control their courtroom, short of holding everyone in contempt. He just ignores assault with a deadly weapon. More. I don't know if I would say ignore it as much as he was scared shitless, but yeah. You're stretching humor to proof that judge has done illegal stuff. I know these things are in service to the game plot / game mechanics, but seriously, if anybody actually tried to call him on this stuff, I can't imagine how he defended. Also, moving goalpost. Your objection is duly noted. I'd love to see you indict the judge because Francisco used a whip. Having said that, there is one area where I'd give the judge a break. I can't imagine a world where they've made laws or legal proceedings to deal with ghosts / summoned spirits. For that matter, if whips are a no-no in Japanifornia, then why have they been allowed in Germany for 5 years? At least 5 years. That's a good question that I would be delighted if they explored it. Because it's a game and it makes her a funnier character. That's true. And what soup? Okay, anyway, I'm caught up now. So let's begin the next episode. Well, like I said, the new character that was shown there is the one character I'm familiar with, but as I said, I only know him through seeing pictures of him. I know nothing about him. I don't know his backstory. I don't know what his role in the story overall is. I know his name, or I know his name is Gatto or something like that. But like I said, that's pretty much all I know. Are spirits allowed to practice law after they are dead? Well, we would have to ask Mia that sometime. The time is 1:00 a.m. Beep! 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 That doesn't sound good. Oh. Detective, we made it! Phew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh, okay. Oh, you said, pal. It must have been a rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check? Don't do it. Don't do it, Dick. Don't do it! He is this dumb, isn't he? Oh, well, never mind. Ah, we've been had! Mask to mask. Salutations. Out front! Guards! Turn on the searchlights!
I am Beauty Thief. We will take the treasure.
Ha ha ha! Better luck next time, gentlemen! He never saw it coming! Ha ha ha! Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Ha 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 ha!
Oh boy. October 11th, 3:24 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices.
Hey, Nick! Get a load of this! Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important!
What are you freaking out about now?
Today will be the last time you talk to me that way.
Oh? Huh?
We're about to hit the big time!
Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are...
Ha, don't be silly. I'm talking about me and... Pearly, of course. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick.
Pearls! You haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway?
Hee haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this!
What's this? Some kind of poster? Oh. Korean Village, isn't that...
That's right, it's our hometown. Pearly's and mine, that is.
What's this about treasures from the boonies? Are they feeding Pearl enough? I don't know. I hope so.
Haha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight.
Tonight? What about tonight?
The Treasures of Korean exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but... the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today.
Say Maya, different day. This young lady here is Maya Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then...
I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes.
Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character.
Hey! Who are you calling shady?
And this old girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. I mean, do the sunglasses fit? She's Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself.
I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick.
Korean Village is the home of the mysterious Korean channeling technique. And Maya here is the daughter of the Korean School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright?
Eartha Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Yes, Mr. Nick. I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit.
Looks like I don't got a choice here. Might as well head on out. Treasure exhibit poster. A poster for the Treasures of Korean exhibit. October 11th, 7:18 p.m. Lordly Taylor. Main exhibit hall. Lordly Taylor, really? How weird that she wants to see the stuff she looks at every day. Yeah, that's true. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. There you go. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Unless it was stuff that Pearl's mother usually kept hidden. I don't know. Points for continuity on the broken vase. Yep.
Wow, this is awesome!
Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it.
Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fay Manor storeroom.
Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom?
Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse.
Alright. I guess you should go and say hello. Well, let's look around here first. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too?
Of course they are! This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. Ouch.
Oh, Mystic Maya, look! I can't believe it!
Oh, it's so cute! It's a little diorama of Karayan Village.
Yeah, look at that. But somehow it seems to reek of dreariness.
Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house! It even says Fay Manor on it!
Yikes, you're right! I kinda wanna add the famous in front of it.
Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. If age is all it takes, where's old bag? We don't know how old she is, though. Maybe she isn't that old. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm messing around. $2,000 isn't old? Yeah, but again, we don't know how old she is, so... Because whenever we get her profile, it just shows her age as question marks. I think I remember this old folding screen here. Yep, me too. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence. In that murder case that happened in Karayan Village.
This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The 6-leaf Karayan Secret Writings folding screen.
It's so secret, why isn't it the most prominent thing in the exhibit? A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Has it? I don't remember.
Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know.
Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on.
Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all.
Greatest treasure? Is there something like that?
Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Pearly?
Oh, yeah, of course!
Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away.
I think in the official manga, she's a teenager circa World War II. And this game takes place in the early 2000s, so 70-ish? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, let's, actually, was I able to... Okay, no. Basement warehouse. Okay. October 11th, Lordly Taylor, Basement Warehouse. Is the department store chain that name is based on even around anymore? Okay. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, alright.
This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time.
Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. Oh, Mr. Wright.
Eek! A monster! You were right!
So I looked it up, and the only case that has a year date is the DL6 incident, which happened in 2001. And the trial against Edgeworth was a day short of 15 years later. Ah, okay. So 2016, and this is 2 years later, so I guess we're in 2018 now? Anyway. Huh? A monster. Oh! I was thinking it was Gumshoe for some reason. Hey, didn't expect to see you again.
Good evening. It's good to see you again.
You! I know you!
Nice to see you again too, little miss.
Ah! Hello!
Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit.
She leveled up, giving her a 2P costume. Yep.
I'm also responsible for the security arrangements.
Oh, then nice to meet you.
I thought... maybe she didn't have a long sentence in prison, since all she did was... Well, since it wasn't a real severe crime, anyway. Plus, she may have gotten... She may have gotten a bargain for testifying against Matt. Imagine if she was announced with the Buster Groove narrator. Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Adrian sure has changed since we last met. Adrian Andrews versus Adrian Andrews! Something like that.
So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here.
I guess I'll examine around first and then I'll talk to her. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above.
And that means what?
Maya, did you forget about the security camera at the studio? I laugh so hard at some of them because it's clear the narrator has a second player bias. I guess so. They do have the better costumes most of the time.
And that means what?
The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. Again, just like at the studio, Maya. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what.
I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff.
Fine. Forget it. Looks like part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr.
Aha! I've got it! Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger.
I really want to know how some of these puns in this game played out in the Japanese language. To be fair, the most recent case with the camera, she was dying of starvation in a wine cellar. Oh, yeah, that's true. But I still thought she knew about from the first case where we were at the studio, which is when Jack Hammer was murdered. But yeah, you got a point. Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Well, maybe if they were selling them.
Like, maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something?
Yeah, or that. And yeah, I could imagine that being a thing somewhere. I kinda doubt it.
Aha! I've got it! Maybe it said spaghetti.
What? Whatever. Why are you talking about food? Oh, wait, that's normal for you. Yeah, but it's... Like I said, I feel like these puns probably make more sense in Japanese, in the Japanese language. Or whatever puns they used in. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti.
Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said Spaghetti Festival. What do you think?
Okay to me. Besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. Okay. Oh.
Look, a ladder!
That's a step ladder. Haven't we done this joke before?
So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Yeah, we've had this. We've had this back and forth before. Right, sorry. Where does it all go? She eats and still weighs 75 pounds. She's only 75 pounds? Seriously? I mean, I know she's small, but... Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? Because we have.
Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there?
It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Good, I can't.
Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel.
That's not something to brag about, but okay. Why are you telling me that? Okay, so if I slid over, I could probably... Oh, hello. What might this be?
Mystic Maya, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right?
Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the crying channeling technique, Amy Faye. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning.
Amy Faye's golden statue, a statue of the founder of the crying channeling technique, is holding the Shito. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding?
Don't ask me! How should I know?
Well, you are the future master, right?
Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Korean Shito. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't as sharp. Aw, phooey. I wanted to cut something.
Oh, let's get out. Let's step back a few feet from her. What are you eyeing me for? Well, like I said, Phoenix, let's back away a bit. It says organic. Probably organic.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organized.
Oh, okay, or that.
You can't just see. You just can't see the last two letters.
Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either because this place is a mess.
Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh?
What now? Okay. So her weight is unlisted, but, let's see. But she's 5'1". Ah, okay. She's 5'1". Gotcha. Okay, let's actually talk to Adrian now.
It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright?
Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman?
Why are you freaking out on me?
What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all.
Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily.
Please, Maya, don't say anything that'll needle Pearls further.
Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago.
You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case?
Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick?
After that, I quit being a manager and started this job.
Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us. I feel like she's happier now, though.
No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful.
Phew, that's a relief. Yeah, do you not remember how she was before? The first time you met her? Pearl is a foot shorter than Maya, though for her age, that's way less shocking, yeah. I wonder if Pearl's gonna get a growth spurt and end up taller than Maya. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. And handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring.
Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year.
That would be hilarious. Kind of like, Ed and Alan, Full Metal Alchemist. Al ended up being a lot taller than Ed.
The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums.
Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearlie? The finest museums! Yes, I did. That's really wonderful.
So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh?
Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well.
That sounds good. So what is with that face he's making?
Oh, look! It's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet?
Well, actually...
I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together?
Oh, I like the sound of that! Dine, it sounds so fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch! Pearlie, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with a kid's dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me!
Shall we head upstairs then?
After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day, something terrible would happen. Got a bad feeling. Anyway, October 12th, 10:09 a.m. Wright and Company Law Offices.
Nick! This is terrible!
What?
What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak!
Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. Phoenix is 5'9". Ah, okay.
I'm gonna turn on the TV!
We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask? According to a spokesperson, Lordly Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lordly Taylor?
Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet!
Treasure? Lordly Taylor? You don't think...
Yes,
Now get up, Nick! It was stolen! By Mask to Mask!
I am Beauty Thief. We will take the urn.
Our most valuable treasure. The Korean sacred urn was stolen! What? Refresh my memory a little. What's this sacred urn? It's only the most important treasure in Korean village, that's all. Look, it's right there on this poster. Oh yeah, the broken one. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of Mystic Amy Faye, the founder of the Korean channeling technique. Right, Pearly?
Yes, that's right!
Hold up. I thought that urn had the name Amy written on it. Now it says, I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Wait, she doesn't know after all this time?
Huh? Well... There's some things best left unsolved. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick?
She just now noticed? Yeah, that too. That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Korean Village, Maya's hometown. The sacred urn, it turned out to be an important clue in that case. Sacred urn, one of the treasures of Korean Village. Supposedly priceless, it looks like a plain old pot. Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next. I am, the pink
princess. We will take the, paint?
I guess. What's wrong with you, Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean, what up?
Mr. Nick! Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen! Doesn't that even bother you?
But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how...
The village is Mystic Maya! She's the future master of the Korean School of Channeling! You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick! I won't let you say you don't!
Okay, I do! So what am I supposed to do about it?
Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this!
Yeah! And get the sacred urn back! But I'm not a detective, I'm a lawyer.
That has nothing to do with this! If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya!
Oh man, there's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So, what's the name of this bad guy again? Mask to Mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask to Mask.
I am Pearl Thief. We will take the 5 across the face and give it to you if you don't help your beloved Mystic Maya!
Okay. I know I'm having too much fun with that, aren't I, Ashi? 1 year ago, the murder in Korean Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings. And this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Pearl, your mask is on backwards.
Mr. Nick? Would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember this urn used to say Amy on it. Until Pearls accidentally broke it into a million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well.
Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts. Spelling either.
Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. Oh, give her points for trying, though. Her heart was in the right place. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Amy, it says I am. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later.
I can't believe it myself.
Alright, I guess we'll move on now. October 12th, Lord Lee Taylor, Main Exhibition Hall.
Let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy.
But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night.
Bad guy, huh?
Hey, you can't poke around here, pal! Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again. It's you! And I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that! What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here
Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already?
Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little mister. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now it's a good chance for you to try to remember it right.
And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick.
Okay. It's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick.
Yeah. Good to see you again, too, I guess. I guess he got rehired. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was fired, wasn't he? Well, I guess we should be happy for him, then.
Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happened?
Oh, you're trying to remember my name, atta girl. It's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn.
I know about that.
Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask.
I know about that too.
Detective, can't you tell us something other than that?
Well, I guess I sorta kinda owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
The scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong. After pay cuts, they probably figured it was cheaper to rehire him than pay out unemployment. That's possible. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. Basement warehouse, huh?
So who is guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy! It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal! He solves one case and gets swell's head thinking that he's an ace detective.
Ace detective? If it's a catchy, I am done.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this Master Mask. Is he famous?
What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread!
Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspected victims. So he dresses as Yogi Bear. But underneath those disguises is the true Master Mask. So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh? And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lord LaTaylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the Sacred Urn?
Somehow they barely noticed him. Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something. Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So, why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So, what's he like?
Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow! That's impressive! All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, he'll send a man on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy.
Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief.
Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues. So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? So, what's this calling card? Here it is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal? What's this mark on the front? That's Master Mass signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them.
They didn't mention that on the news flash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem.
The mass calling card sent before a heist. The emblem is top secret. Calling card added to the court record. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators.
Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday.
Thanks, I guess.
Alright. Let's head down to the basement. October 12th, Lordly Taylor, basement warehouse. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills.
That's probably because it's air conditioned. To protect the art pieces, you know. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. Huh? What the heck does that mean? Oh, hello. I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourself at home.
Who are you anyway?
Shh! Silence! Now I see, it's all becoming clear.
Well, what do you see?
Svari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at the trade. Am I wrong?
Yikes! That's scary! How'd you know that?
How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that is how is nothing but a question of why. I am a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams.
What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it.
Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. The name is Atme. Look at me. It's hard. It's hard not to, yeah. Ace Detective. Oh, okay, so you're the Ace Detective. Got it. Oh, hi.
Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of.
The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney.
I'm Maya Fey, a spirit medium.
And I'm, Pearl Faye.
Hashtag title drop. Yep.
I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and, spirit medium Ace Apprentice.
Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game? Game? Why does the phrase one short of a baker's dozen come to mind with this guy? One short is being pretty generous. Don't you mean Ultimate Detective? Nah, Kirigiri, he is not. So are you really as famous as you say? Of course. For a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in the city that had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Archenemy, the Ace Detective. Look at me. I think I may have been a little bit on the dot with the Akechi reference. Oh boy. At this moment there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light.
Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick?
I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Mishina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from Master Mask. With my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. What?
Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward.
Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise.
Oh, tell us what you know about Master Mask. And keep it simple, please.
Lark about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds. Last night, here in the bowels of the store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. I see. Huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lordly Taylor? Naturally! Wherever Damask goes, you will find at me laying his elegant traps. Elegant traps? More like Damask out-elegance you and made a beautiful getaway. But this time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Might as well. No, I was here last night at Kaibalan. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. I first received the request for my services 20 days ago. And it was 10 days ago that I received Master Mask calling card.
Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
A calling card arrived, right?
Yes, so ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse. And waited for him, alone.
Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help?
And then security went to 99%! Ridiculous. Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? Ouch. Poor Gumshoe. You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let Damask get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others.
Cornfield?
Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. No, I don't think you made that one up.
Anyway, back to what happened last night.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, full of himself.
So you're saying that even though no one came through these last CERN still somehow your nose?
That's just not possible. So, lawyer, please refrain from crude behavior. What do you mean? This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he paints. Only I, as Detective Atme, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs.
Could you translate that for me, Nick?
I think you pretty much said don't touch anything, amateurs. If there's something you wish to know about, you have but to ask Atme. I know everything there is to know about my rival, Master Mask. What do I do now?
Does he have any top secret information? Stuff that only a real crime buff would know?
I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. So basically he's saying I can't look at anything. Fine. Do not fear, young lady. I promise I shall retrieve your urn.
Thank you, Detective Atme. I'm counting on you.
The final round between Detective Luke Atme and Master Mask is set to begin. Still, there's something funny about this guy.
Yeah, but don't forget he managed to retrieve the treasure from the last heist.
Yes, I have a video that details my role in the whole affair. I recorded it directly from the news on TV. Can I interest you in a copy? No thanks. Master Mask calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive! But I would expect nothing less from my arch-rival. I am surprised to see you in possession of such a top-secret piece of information.
Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here.
Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us. Ever. Well, Sir Lawyer. I've been told that you too are pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure I would say that exactly.
That's right! We're going to find the secret urn no matter what we have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return then to my office. My office of earthly delights, the Atme Detective Agency.
These puns are gonna be the death of me. Office of Earthly Delights?
Well, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. Well, wait a minute!
He's gone.
I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him.
Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind.
I want to go to his office too. Take me with you, okay?
Okay, now I guess we can examine this stuff. That pathetic-looking wooden box.
Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it!
Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on there.
I worked so hard to make that box.
Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean?
That urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of Bay Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick.
And I was so proud of it.
Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Master Mask had taken the box, too.
Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again?
Shichi Shito. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese. Or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy.
1 hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it's still like hotcakes.
There's something about it that bothers me.
Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly.
This sword, wasn't Mr. Gamey holding it last night?
Ah,
And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it is now.
you're right.
You're right.
Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice.
The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow.
Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atme smashed the mask with it. Like this!
You send a calling card and Luke Atme will be faster than you can say, "Attention, duelist!" Probably. Youch! What the heck?
What do you think, Pearly?
I think it's even more bent than it was before.
Oh man, my head. My hair! What happened to his hair? Shichi Shito. Ceremonial sword held in the hand of Amy Face statue. Wasn't bent before the crime.
Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer.
Computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name.
It looks like this computer is storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them.
It's probably the trap that the detective set up.
Let's see if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Master Mask.
Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot.
I don't know how to pull up the photos.
I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick.
Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway.
I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick?
Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Camera data. The warehouse camera went off at once at around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime.
Look what you did, Nick! You spilled paint over here!
I didn't do that!
Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed a color this outrageous.
But this paint has already dried up.
Well, then you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick.
Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you, it wasn't me! It looks like it's been several days since it was spilled. Hey, look at this.
What is it?
There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain.
Huh? You're right! I wonder what it could be. The statue of Mr. Gamey is so cool. I want a gold statue myself. We could put it in the office.
Hey, it's Wright and Company. How about a gold statue of me?
Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange.
Well, what is it, Pearls?
The statue of Mr. Gaming. Was this where it was last night?
Ah!
I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin.
So the statue was moved on the night of the crime. Amy Faye's golden statue updating the court record. A statue of the founder of the crime channeling technique moved the night of the crime.
Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there?
It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
I guess it's where they were keeping the sacred urn.
Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Okay, I think that's everything here, so let's move on.
Hey, Nick, your cell phone's ringing.
Beep. Hello, Phoenix Wright here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's me, Gumshoe. Gumshoe, what is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally, this underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck up to Texas man's match. Yep, I finally caught him. Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him. You caught him? Are you saying... You captured Master Mask? Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered. But I still got him. Master Mask surrendered?
That's great! So when can we come and pick up the sacred urn?
Well, you see, I was going to tell you. What? Something wrong? Do you think you can swing by the detention center sometime? The detention center? It wants to talk to you. Master Mask, that is.
What? He wants to talk to Nick?
I'm waiting for you, pal. So get over here soon. Beep. The detention center, huh? Okay. October 12th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Hi, pal! Welcome to the Detention Center. You're sure in a happy mood, aren't you? Yep, after all, we got Master Mask.
Right, but, so where's the sacred urn?
Oh, sorry about that, pal. I guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're the victims in this case.
Huh?
Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth.
You know, he's right, Nick.
He is?
If you think about it real hard, we are the victims.
Well, I guess so, in a way.
I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we're always on murder cases.
Excuse me.
But anyway, I have to get the sacred urn back.
Please, don't just ignore me! Oh! Hi.
Who are you?
I'm not sure what voice to give this guy. I'm Master Mask, okay? Attention, duelist! Please don't ignore me.
Hey, Nick, doesn't he look kind of, well, gangly?
I'm Ron Delight, the famous Master Mask. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. So, you're the mask guy? Yes, you bet! No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes, and sort of no, if you know what I mean.
What's wrong?
Well, when I say wrong, what I really mean to say is that it's not right, per se. You see, it's not spelled mask to mask, it's actually mask to mask.
Oh, what's with this guy?
Well, he's a timid little weakling, we know that much. That? Don't look at me like that! I don't need your pity! And a major crybaby, too. So, why'd you give yourself up? Well, you see, it's because, well...
I know why! It's because you stole such a priceless treasure! And now you're overwhelmed with guilt, am I right?
Priceless treasure? That broken old urn? I have a little favor to ask. Yes? What is it? Could you go and talk to Desi?
To Desi? Look, we really want our urn back, so where is it?
I'm sorry, I'll give it back, I really will. Maybe not. No, I can't. I can't make promise I can't keep. Just end up hurting people.
Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear what he just said, especially the last part.
Mr. Damask, do you think you'd speak up a little? Yes, sir, I will. I promise. Or maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking in my normal voice, so I really can't do anything.
Mr. Damask, about the urn?
Oh yes, the urn! Right away! Actually no. I wouldn't mind telling you, but I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me anyway.
Enough already! Just tell it to us straight!
Please don't yell at me! I'm sorry. That urn, I lost it!
Oh, what?
What did you just say? Did you say you lost it? Yes, no. Maybe so. I mean, yes, I lost it!
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you know, I lost it, like I said. These things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag. You know.
What? You forgot how to take an urn on a train?
Wait a minute, you went on the train dressed like that? No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway. I'm sorry! I just lost it somewhere! I don't know where! This guy's story is more surreal than a Dali painting.
Are you really sure this creep is mask to mask?
Maya, don't call him a creep. Although I do have to admit I understand your doubts about this guy. So, who is this Desi person? Please don't talk about my wife like that!
I guess she must be his wife.
I'm sorry, the truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think I could go and visit her at my hideout? Hideout?
Mr. Nick! What does he mean by hideout?
Oh, sorry, naturally, I meant to say my secret base. This is secret base? Well, my apartment, actually. Palazzo Pelpepe, 3rd floor.
Let's go have a look, Nick.
It's a mask to mask hideout.
Something tells me she just likes the sound of the word hideout.
Well, I guess that's what we'll do then. October 12th, mask to mask hideout.
Wow, check this place out.
No doubt about it, this is mask to mask hideout, alright.
Who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Oh, totally wrong voice.
Huh? Who are you people?
Are you Desi Delight?
That's right, I'm Desiree. Ah! Oh, you must be the lawyer, and the victim.
Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you.
I'm Maya Fey, and this is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nicky Boy and Maya, huh? Well, I can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie. Well, you're welcome.
Did she really call me Nicky Boy? About your husband.
Isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes, though.
A bit.
By the way, did you know they mentioned Maya on TV? Huh? Really? They said you own the Earn and that you're doing some shady training at a law office now.
Remind me not to watch that channel's news program.
After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned.
I see.
My Ronnie, he has a powerful imagination and gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do.
It was me! I stole that Earn!
He kept saying, as if it was even possible. Huh? But are you saying he didn't? Of course he didn't. Why would my Ronnie ever do something like that? Well, you know, it's a priceless treasure, and he's, you know...
Is it possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity?
Either that,
or he's not masked to mask. He's a fanboy.
Anyway, me, I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. Oh, excitement, huh? Yes, I'm at my happiest when I'm racing along with my bike going at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is like putting your life on the line. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that depends on how you ride it.
I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary old life with no action. No offense, but your husband, Ron, doesn't exactly look like the risk-taking type himself. You're right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger. But I do have to say that he makes up for it in other ways.
Other ways?
Yes, money. Ronnie is incredibly rich and super generous. He bought me a bike that's so fast it would make your head spin. And shopping, I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day it actually happened. His head actually started to spin.
Man, talk about a high-maintenance wife.
So, where does Mr. Delight get all this money from? Ronnie is a security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? So they get paid tons of money in return. Tons of it.
He's a security guard? I think it's my turn for my head to spin. Can you tell us about what happened last night?
What time did that incident take place again?
What time was it again, Maya?
Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning. Oh, last night was horrible. I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best flying at night.
Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right?
Yes, anyway, last night I got pulled over by a policeman. I can't believe he caught up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was as white as a sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home.
Sounds like she's got an airtight alibi.
Well, what about Mr. Delight? I don't really know. We weren't together at that time of the night. But when I got home, he was already fast asleep.
So basically, he's got no alibi.
It's mask to mask!
There's a tape recorder hanging from his neck.
Let me see that.
Click. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen.
I don't get it. What's this supposed to be, Nick?
I think it means that he had these lines recorded ahead of time because he's actually very soft-spoken. Maybe. I don't know.
Nick! It's a torpedo!
It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real.
Where could he have picked up something like this?
Please don't say that torpedoes are things people just leave lying around. There are a bunch of books lying here. They're all romantic-sounding novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves.
Wow, look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them.
Let's see here. Note, must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful. Note, a calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi. Wow, Ron really studied his stuff.
Hey, Nick, look on top of the chair.
Looks like an envelope and a letter.
Well, don't just stand there. Come on, let's read it.
Maya, you know we shouldn't do that.
What are you talking about? The letter could be an important clue.
No way, you can't just go read a private letter because you feel like it.
It's not just because I feel like it. It really could be important.
If I was sure it was a clue, I guess I wouldn't mind. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here.
Duck cover! It's a missile! Did you know there's dynamite in missiles?
But they're not heavy enough to be real. Oh wait, they're just really well-made toys.
What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Theft of the Mazarin Stone, the Great Albatross Strategy. Theft of the Immortal Goddess Statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber Strategy.
Police even investigate this place? You have to wonder.
Oh, that's so cute! It's called a hot air balloon, you know.
Wow, there's no fooling you.
I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride in it, Nick.
That emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that Ron Delight really is mask to mask. I better not tell Maya. She gets kinda scary when it comes to celebrities. This thing looks vaguely familiar.
Oh, I know! It's a fishbowl! Well, an upside-down one, anyway.
I think it's a helmet. An alien helmet.
And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it.
I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver.
Nick, do you think maybe you could act like a grown-up for a little bit?
Getting lectured by Maya to be more of an adult. That's new low. It's a bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged inside a nice frame.
Well, look, Nick! It's a fake beard!
There's also a mask made out of cardboard.
Here, Nick, try on this fake beard. Come on, try it on!
Hey, cut it out!
Now put on the mask. It's Phoenix the Mask! Let's borrow it for a while.
No way, I'm not stealing from a thief. I have enough bad karma as is. I guess he's not wrong. So is that everything in here? Yep, I guess so. Well, let's get out of here then. October 12th, Acme Detective Agency. This a detective agency? Looks more like the set of some B-grade horror movie.
Hello? Is anyone here?
It looks like nobody's home.
What a waste of time. Hey, I know! Let's take that framed picture back with us as a memento!
Don't you dare, Maya! Guess we'll have to try back later. Well, we can look around at least.
Hey, Nick, what's this thing here?
It's called a gramophone. In the old days, people used them to listen to music.
You can't be serious! I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. I'll bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say?
Forget it. You never pay me up when you lose.
Whoa, it's a huge hearth!
That's the fireplace.
So, what's the difference? You need to to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Alright, sorry. Yeah, how many times are we gonna have that joke? What a creepy painting. It's like he's looking right at me.
Maybe we should put a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet?
I think I'd prefer something a bit more dignified. That's one impressive bookshelf filled with some very impressive books.
My Life as an Ace Detective, unabridged edition by Luke Atme, Ace Detective.
Hey, he's even got one of those ships in a bottle thingies.
Oh, would you look at that? There's a little Luke Atme doll at the helm. How cute.
There's a microscope here too. I wonder if he's researching something. The glass slides have different names on them.
This one says Atme virus. This guy is just dying to make a name for himself, huh?
Yeah, it's getting kind of irritating, actually. Okay. This desk is literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment.
Oh, I just love chemistry. Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen.
No, not carbon. Oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen.
Oh, well, there are always alternative theories, I guess.
If by alternative theories you mean the ones you make up inside that head of yours.
Well, I guess that's everything in here.
Oh, that's Master Mouse calling card! Pretty nice looking, huh?
He looks so happy.
I'm not very good at writing, you see. So I bought a book called How to Write Business Letters and Study Hard. Well, I guess you could call thievery a type of business. I'm really sorry I caused so much trouble.
If you're so sorry, then you shouldn't have stolen in the first place.
But the only thing I did wrong was lose it! That's not right. I was wrong either way. I'm sure the owners of the other treasures feel the same.
He sure seems sorry.
Who would have imagined that such a famous thief would have such a pure heart?
Well, not sure what else I'm supposed to do at the moment. So what do you know about this?
No, you can't show her that, Nick. That emblem is top secret, don't you remember?
Oops, sorry about that. But the way she just said top secret was a worse giveaway than what I did.
Oh, when I hear that word top secret, it just piques my interest like nothing else.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do right now. I've already been everywhere, I think. Well, it's getting close to time to end the stream for the night anyway, so I guess this is a good place to stop for now. So, I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream, and I will probably be back late tonight to play more Trails of Cold Steel 2 with Rio Maverick. If not, I'll be back tomorrow to continue playing Phoenix, Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials, and Tribulations. So, I hope I'll see you then. Oh, hey Ike, how you doing? Sorry you came in just as it ended. Unless you've been here the whole time, I don't know. No! Well, like I said, I'll be back later tonight for more Trails of Cold Steel 2. So maybe we'll catch each other then. Yeah, I'm sorry. And as always, you can follow my YouTube channel, link below, to be notified, to see my past streams, and you can also follow my Twitter account, link below, to be notified when I go live. Again, I hope I'll see you later tonight. If not, I will be back tomorrow for sure. So, and if you stick around, I will be dropping a host. Let's see who will host tonight. Let's host Daisuke Sensei, who's playing Returnal. So, hope you'll stick around for that, and I will, again, if I'm not back later tonight, I'll see you tomorrow. So, have a good night, and take care, everyone. Have a good night, and take care, everyone. Bye.